Right, today I'm doing something to my golf clubs that is a bit rogue, I'm not going to lie. The set of irons that I've got, we're going to make a massive alteration to them and it's going to have a big impact on my golf game. Let's get over to Sutton Coldfield. Okay, just arrived at Sutton Coldfield. We're going to get straight in and speak to Patrick now. Just a quick shout out to Abel whilst I'm here before we get into this. I think it's going to be a great video, this one, really interesting, especially if you're like properly into like your golf equipment and bits and pieces. This is make some drastic changes essentially. But yeah, shout out to Abel, been supplying the goods. The top that I was wearing yesterday, the white full zip pullover / jacket, that was the first time I've worn it and that is one of my favourite bits. But really rating the stuff so far. Shorts and the trousers are the best fit, really lightweight, just great. And yeah, enjoying it. Looking forward to seeing where this partnership goes. If you want to check their stuff out, links in the bio, links in the description rather, and you can use James 10. Let's get into this video.
There, and he texted me this morning. He's going, oh, he said, you're famous on YouTube now, pal. Yeah, he was having it. But he's I just want to see, how long do you think you've played with that spec?
I've played with that spec
longer,
for probably since I was about 17. So yeah, as long as I can remember. As soon as you said it, I started to notice it. When I'm setting up to the ball, I can literally look down at it now, and it does look like the toes in the ground. And what I was saying about my arms being long,
yeah,
and like I always feel like I have to force them up. But if I let them hang, the toes right up then.
Yeah. I've always said when you play with clubs that are too upright for you,
yeah,
it's like playing with the ball above your feet for 4 hours. You get very nervous.
Yeah.
You know you're aiming right, you're protecting it all the time. You'll probably play really well when the ball's below your feet.
Yeah.
You'll rip it.
Yeah. But
your arms, that's the key, is your wrist to ground. I've always measured wrist to ground. You can do knuckle to ground. But I've done it for 25 years, and it's almost like you can measure that wrist to ground, find out what clubs they're playing with, and you should be able to write down on a piece of paper your good and your bad traits. We've always done that. And you're a 33 and a half, 6 foot. That's long arms. If you're 6 foot, 35 and a half, 36.
Yeah.
And you think, and modern day clubs, you could probably get away with an off the shelf standard set lie angle, right, and be okay.
And what mine? So 35 is about normal.
You're 33 and a half,
so
33 like and 3/4.
Almost 2 inches longer than normal.
We're looking at clubs, modern day clubs would be a struggle off the shelf. Now, Cobra Titleist, they're the most upright on the market as a standard. So if you compare Mizuno to these, Mizuno will be shorter as a standard and they'll be flatter. So when I heard that, what you were playing with, if you strike them well, really well, I expect them to go left in the lofted clubs, quite a bit. So then if you're working on trying to exit left and put more pressure on your left side, which is great, by the way, I'm going to struggle with that spec. Yeah, because it's just going to go left. So swing properly, you swing, the ball's going left, and I've got to make some sort of alteration to get the handle up. You're good enough to do it, as well. And so I'm not arguing, there's plenty of pros out there who play with slightly upright clubs, Lee Westwood and these boys, and they have very steep shoulder turn, bent left arm. He's hit thousands and thousands of balls and he's figured it out. He's always played green code plus half an inch all of his life. It is what it is. So what we're saying, the club spec is swinging you. Yeah. You're not swinging it. So do you think that's one of the reasons, you were saying that's one of the reasons Westwood had a problem with his chipping? Because I think the toe is up. That could be a part of it. It's not going to help. When you see a trait with pros to have their wedges flatter than their set even over the years, and that's been from the 50s and the 40s, if you're trying to chip with upright lie angles, so Hovland's not far away from that either. Blue coat player has 1/4 inch added on. You've seen the same issues, when it comes to chipping and short game. But they're good enough to figure it out. But if it's complicated, I'd rather it not be complicated. Yeah. I'd rather get a spec of club in your hands where you can just keep your pivot moving.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the game, isn't it? We're always trying to keep the pivot moving, stabilise the shaft. What we don't want to see is the pivot stopping and the shaft rotating a lot, flipping it. There's a few pros onto it now, which is good to see.
Well, it's quite funny that I've spent the last probably 2 years, I would say, trying to hold the face.
Yeah.
But like forcing the hold of the face at a detriment to myself.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of it is to do with the fact that the face is looking left.
And I think this is the hard thing, isn't it? We're trying to get rid of some of these moves, and we're helping these, especially elite players who practice a lot. If we get the right spec and let them work around that, we can almost let you go to the range and you start figuring out good stuff real quick. And there's a freedom at the bottom of your swing, you know, where you can shot shape, you can hold a ball up in a right to left wind. Your nightmare, and I don't know you really, but we got right flags in a right to left wind.
Yeah.
And you got a 7-iron in your hand,
it's
and
just
you're thinking,
not a chance. I struggle to hold one up. I'll struggle to hold one up. Like when I hit fades, to hit a fade, it feels like I have to hold the face so much, and me feeling like I'm hitting a massive cut. Like I remember Steve, my friend, sorry, he would always take the piss. He would be like, mate, that's a 2 yard draw. And I'd be like, no, that's a cut. And he'd be like, no, that's a 2 yard draw, mate. I've just literally watched.
Your hands and your forearms have felt like that's been held off forever, and it should be.
But even with those couple wedges that we moved the other day, like, you saw I didn't miss one left of the line.
No, the push draw, the lovely where you can lean the shaft and you can get a push draw and you can exit left, and a tiny spins of left. That's gold dust if we get that lie angle for a person. And that's what you've got to try today, is to give you a lie angle that inspires you. You know, at the bottom, you know, a lot of the times we are going to be, when we're flattening, we're opening the blade, the touch. But for good players, they kind of love that look.
Should we look at like the 7-iron, for instance, and just see where it is?
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
It's
63.
63.
And it's half inch longer.
Right.
So it's really 64. For every half an inch you add to a club, the playability of that lie angle on the floor is going to be close to 64.
So that's a
tough gig for someone like you's a 33.5 wrist to ground. Unless you Tommy Fleetwood it, or Anthony Kim, and you start gripping down here.
Yeah.
You can neutralise it a little bit.
But I don't do that at all. I just grip it up the top. And I'm swinging a 7-iron at like 100 miles an hour.
Correct.
So that's not a great combo, is it? When you break it down.
That's danger, isn't it? You're missing greens long and left.
Well, this is the problem I had the other day. Like, I played a tournament and I had 185 into a pin, and middle of the fairway, I just tried to hit a little 7-iron, just to control it in there. The wind was off the right, so just take a bit off of it. It got up, it rode the wind, and it flew 210 and went in a hazard, and I made double. And I made 3 doubles per round for this tournament. Made a load of birdies, but those long lefts, struck it well. Those long lefts, well, there's no future, is there, hitting it long left?
And you can commit to a great ball strike. To me, that's what happens with these lie angles for certain people, is that you strike it well, you don't want to strike it well anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost like, I'm better off thinning this.
Yeah.
Getting the handle up, lose them up, and just...
Well, this is why I've been so tempted to, or so eager to try and get to hitting a cut, because I know that my miss, if I can somehow start hitting a fade, would be like a weak, flaily cut that's going to be short right, which is a lot more playable than a hard draw, which is not stopping.
You know, even if you lean the shaft really well through the ball and you put pressure on, you're hitting a lovely push draw, a soft push draw.
Yeah.
Because we've taken the head down, we can get the ball starting more right, not left to target.
Yeah.
That in itself as well is a lovely tight pattern. But
no, I would love to hit.
It's nice as well.
That push draw is great if I can actually trust it.
What's really nice is that if you could aim left with confidence. You did something the other night with the flat wedge where you just started opening your feet after the 4th shot.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
If I see that in someone, you think he's already adapting.
Yeah.
The hard thing is you've played with this spec for a while. How quickly can you change your start lines on the course? Because initially,
it's going to be alien, isn't it?
You're going to aim a touch right. You're used to protecting it.
Yeah.
But
I think I can adjust pretty quick.
We'll be gentle with you. We won't go mad.
So what is that actually playing then after it's been
64.
Yeah. What's the standard?
We bent your wedges down to 62. They were coming in at 66, close. You know, standard wedges nowadays are 64, but your wedge was quite upright. But we bent them down to 62. We've kept the length as it is. But I would love that as a benchmark. I tend to work from wedges backwards.
Yeah.
So 62, but we're not going to jump in big 1 degrees. We might go half a degree down all the way. So this 7 iron, I'll do my calculations. It's probably going to be 3 degrees flatter than what it is now.
Wow.
Right, we've got pitching wedge at the moment, just as it is. So this is probably, we haven't measured this one, have we?
65.
Okay.
I'll get it down to 62, I think, to start off with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm now just trying to feel like I'm making it the most natural golf swing possible.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about trying to get the ball to target, and that's...
Get it, and you know, that's not a bad shot there, though. You've worked it out, you held it off, you got back.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of side spin going on here.
Yeah.
Nearly 1,000 revs. Started it lovely on target.
Quite a bit of movement for a wedge.
It's always 8 yards off, you know, 7 yards off. If I put crosswinds in that, then it makes you more nervous. And if flags are on the right, your aim lines now, you don't get a choice here. It's a very straight aim, but on the course you would start drifting.
Yeah.
I want to aim further right.
Yeah, my stance gets silly.
I'm going to drop it underneath. I'll do whatever it takes. But we'll have a look and see what happens now when we drop the line angle down.
Right, this is going to be a big change. I think this is going to move around, 5 degrees potentially?
It's definitely going to be straight away 3. Away 3. But I still want you to...
Big changes.
It's coming in at 64.
Yeah.
But it's ½ inch longer. So we're going to shift this one down to 61.5.
Okay.
That's where we're going to try you, and then...
See the old... there's going to be some golf club pervs that are going to like this, the whole process, you know.
I've got to see. I'm normally quite good at getting it.
What, bang on in one? Or like someone that could do a Guinness?
Oh my God, I've done it as well, yeah. So we're at 61.5. Tell me what it looks like. You put this straight down on the floor.
That's quite impressive, by the way, isn't it? That you can just do that by feel.
You get used to them. But, okay, I like the look of that.
Okay.
I like the look of it.
I'll whack.
So is this just the starting point, basically?
Yeah, this is. If we're going to blend it into yesterday or the day before with you.
So this is me actually feeling comfortable letting my arms hang as well.
Yeah. It's close.
Straight up, straight away. Felt like it.
Yeah, you've hit the line. Okay, on to the 9.
So
this is your 9 iron.
This is 9 iron. Oh my God, that looks so different. So this has now been moved
61.
3 degrees.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah. So
right, let's try and actually get this start line pretty down the line. That's me thinking I'm starting it down the line. So that's just now like a straight push, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we want to see. But
talk about a straight push. 0 side spin.
Yeah. Now you're close.
How mad is that?
Now you're close.
0 side spin.
Beautiful. Beautiful that. You know that? I'm going to start it down the left and lean on it and just let it drift back, feel it?
yeah,
It's very close there.
yeah. I reckon. Yeah, that's me. Okay, let's try and
That's lovely, that.
think. Actually, try and start this left as a line and lean on it. But it strikes so much better when I do that. Because now I like doing this. I can actually
This is how sensitive you lads are. Do you know what I mean? If we get this really, really close to you, you can call the shot. The last thing I want is you losing that confidence.
Yeah.
When you're obviously a ball striker, but you might be getting hammered for sometimes striking the ball very well on those original lies, and that's not a. You're down a rabbit hole now of lesson after lesson.
Well, I almost got to the point where I was forcibly trying to reduce my speed quite a bit and hit these, like what I'm feeling is like almost like a chip cut, because that's the only thing I could control.
Yeah.
And that's that seems a bit backwards.
You can't.
Like I'm just taking my.
We need you to be able to step on it and use your attributes.
I wasn't using my attributes at all. Right, I've just hit 8 iron. We might have to tweak these lofts a bit weak, because
you're putting more pressure on the ball now.
So backspin 6.9. That's quite low for an 8, right?
Yeah.
Carry 184. Have you ever noticed it read spin like fractionally low in here or not?
In here, yes, a little bit lower than out.
So we might not have to worry about that as much.
Definitely be going. We'll do lie angles, get you playing with them on lie angles, and then get you back, because in here the spins get a bit low.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, your left side's putting more pressure on the ball. You're able to deal off the club a bit more dynamically. Where with upright clubs, we're always you're almost adding loft through impact. We don't want to lean the shaft. So that's where the loft as well, if we're tweaking 1 degree extra on these lofts, that could happen.
That's what I'm saying is that's 184 carry of 8 irons, that's a bit mental. That's like Bryson territory, that, isn't it?
I swear to you, if you get these line angles here, you will be, you'll be able to step on it like you can step on a lot of your other clubs.
36 RPM, that's what we like.
So we kind of know, we've done this fit before for a couple of pros here at the club, and this happened exactly with one of the lads. I always remember it. He came in, he was a bit like yourself. He'd been trying to exit left, but everything was pull drawing. He'd been having lessons everywhere, top player, and eventually he comes to me. He knows what I'm about. This was an almost identical session what you're doing here. There was just nothing going on with his irons. They were just, and he said, I've got an event tomorrow. And I kind of thought, I said, give it a week to get used to these for the start. He goes, no, he said, I feel good. I get a call I was down in Bournemouth. I get a call from one of the lads in the shop. He said, Henry's just shot 66. It was a Jamaica Tour event, I think, back then. Or a clutch. It could have been a clutch. And I said,
Henry
okay,
Mills.
that's good.
Yeah.
Big Henry. And then he goes and shoots 68 the second day and wins. And I looked and he said, I knew though, because he said I couldn't, I was never going to pull hook it with that line. So I'm free. This is very similar, because Henry was doing exactly the same as this. So
that's moving in the right direction. Right, 6 iron.
Just tell me how it looks as well.
That felt under it.
Under it, definitely.
It's really can.
Now go the other way. Let's say you had to cut one in.
Yeah.
Started left of the line.
I'll try and hit an actual cut.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, so I can really get that starting left.
Yeah.
I can really feel like I'm starting that.
It's the old John Daly trick, isn't it, there we were talking about? When he could hit that shot with a 6, he kind of knew that the lie angle was pretty close.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Jack. That's nice. So that's why
What, can you notice the difference already?
How long you're in your posture.
Yeah, well that's something that I used to try and do.
Even with visually you see it, not immediately when we lie angle, but close, you can see people putting pressure on it a little bit. But as you said, you're a little bit encouraged by the face. If the face looks more open, and we have opened it with lie angle, it's almost, there's a freedom to open up and deliver it down the left. That we don't talk about that enough, the visual of that face.
Yeah.
But hopefully now, when you pick up a set of irons, I would love you to look at an iron and just, I couldn't play with that.
Yeah.
You could play with it. You're very, very skilled, but I don't want you to just have to
make alterations.
No. Love that.
Yeah. Little baby fade.
2.9 left, where you started it, and with that amount of spin back onto target, that's lovely.
Yeah, can win some money doing that.
How much we'll push this for you, but if you want these slightly flatter in your long irons, or you want me to keep in sync, it's up to you.
Okay.
I've kind of kept this one in sync with the set.
Yep.
So this one, by the time it's probably 2 degrees difference from where it was, not 3. But you can hit this first and see what you think.
Okay.
And if you're free as a bird again and hitting your little stinger left to right and you draw when you want to.
So what we got is this 5.
This is your 5, yeah.
Let's give it a go.
No. Again, that side spin's going to be low.
I'd get a bit more like that. Yeah, like that.
And that's really
better straight away. Right, 4 iron. Try and recreate those last 2.
Yeah, they were good. They were proper stingers. He's like a robot, isn't he, on this line? Get off that line. Get off it. Get off it. Don't.
Ball speed's gone up as well.
Huh?
Ball speed's gone up to 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Things will go up, but we'll see
I can
what the
actually
spin.
get into my left side now. Which
It's scary what will happen. We were saying this to Josh yesterday. You look after yourself. You're going for it. You're taking it pretty serious. You think, oh, you got an athlete here. If you spec him up, really spec him up well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't.
Let's see. Well, let's try Stinger. So I've not
A left to right stinger.
A left to right Stinger.
Punch fight.
Apparently, this is high tariff. Yeah. It will do it. Right? You can almost see it before.
We're going to play some tournaments. Be in the next one.
That was lovely. That was like proper. 1.4 left. 356 backs. Yeah. Okay.
That's good though, I think that line goes perfect.
You love that. Don't need to flatten it as because this is a bit shorter.
Yeah.
It's not ½ inch longer.
Yeah, that 3 iron looks good. It's nice.
I love that. Yeah.
Is that just going so far because that spin's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's compression a bit now. It will happen, James. You will see a little bit more out of the club.
Jesus.
Get off the line. Get off it. Don't make it.
That's a big old 3 iron.
And it's not doing much in the air, side spins again.
What the?
5. We're dealing with less loft, so that's okay, but nevertheless, that's a very tight. Seeing you today, even the other lads, the other pros who we fit, keeping it under 150 with per iron is very, very good. You're keeping these under 50. Yeah, easy to fit. It's like you're like a robot for us there, but that's impressive. That.
Firstly, just want to thank Patrick for everything over the last couple of days. I came here a couple of days ago, and he's so friendly, getting me out on the golf course and talking through the golf course. And today, he's given me his time to do all that for me. And the difference was huge from the balls that I'm hit. So I'm really looking forward to getting this out on the golf course now. That's going to be the true test. get out on the golf course, and I've now got to sort of adjust my start lines because there's hardly any curvature on the shots that I'm hitting. But yeah, I'm proper excited. I just want to get in a tournament like as soon as possible. So yeah, hold fire for that one. We'll be in tournament soon, so it's all going to be on this vlog. But we need to move on now. So we're going to the Woodall Spa tomorrow. I was going to go a bit further towards like Nottingham this evening, but I think what I'm going to do is just go down the road. It's already like 6:15. Just going to go to Tamworth, which is just down the road, and then we got a bit of a trek tomorrow to Woodall Spa. So let's get to the Faisley Inn. A man we passed to. Well, there we are, John, in the Class A establishment of the Faisley Inn. Yeah. There we go, John. This one. God, someone's been smoking the old ganja in here. Wow. God, that's strong. See what the view's like over lovely Tamworth. Yeah, so that's the end of the vlog. Hope you enjoyed that today. Obviously, this has gone a bit more in depth and it's probably a lot longer than some of the ones recently. But this is more the direction it's going. This vlog is really documenting the exploration to get better and to push towards Sunshine Q School. So expect more of the same as we delve into this journey, as they all say, as we push forward and trying to improve. See you tomorrow, maybe. It might be up tomorrow, but tomorrow we're going to Woodall Spa.